guys, welcome to Sparkle in the Kitchen, and today we're going to be making one of our favorite treats, fluffy and soft cinnamon rolls. It's super easy and it's absolutely delicious. So let's get started. In a bowl, combine 4 cups of all-purpose flour and 1.5 teaspoons of salt. Then just give that a good stir. Add 2 tablespoons of butter and with your fork, mix it together until your butter is fully incorporated with the flour. Next, in a separate bowl, add in 2 cups of warm milk, which should be around 105 degrees Fahrenheit to 115 degrees Fahrenheit. From 1 cup of sugar, only add in 2 teaspoons into your milk. And then add in 1/3 of a cup of melted unsalted butter. Then, again, make sure the temperature of your mixture is between 105 degrees Fahrenheit to 115 degrees Fahrenheit, or you should still be able to touch it. Add in 2¼ teaspoons of active dry yeast. If your milk and butter are too hot, it will kill the yeast, but if it's too cold, it will not activate the yeast. And mix well. Let it rest for 10 minutes and it should look something like this. Add in the remaining 1 cup of sugar here. Next, add 1 egg and mix it all together. Now add in your flour mixture and get ready to knead. If you have a stand mixer, you can definitely use it, but if you don't, you can just use your hands. After a while, scrape down the bowl to make sure everything is incorporated. Our dough was sticky, so we added in 1/2 cup more of flour. Add in as much as flour as you need until your dough looks something like this. Once it reaches this stage, make sure not to over-knead it with your stand mixer. Flour your work surface, then plop out your dough and knead with your hands. Make sure you flour your hands as well. To knead, all you have to do is fold, push, and rotate. To know if you're done, poke the dough and it should spring right back up. Take a clean bowl and grease it with some oil. Then put your dough in the bowl Put some oil on the dough as well. Cover your dough with a damp cloth and let it rise for an hour. In the meanwhile, let's make our amazing filling. In a bowl, combine 1 cup of light brown sugar, 3 tablespoons of ground cinnamon, and a pinch of salt. Then just stir that together. After an hour, your dough should have doubled in size. Now flour your work surface and take out the dough. Start rolling out your dough. Your dough should be around a 1/4 inch thick. It should also be 24 inches long and 17 inches wide. Now once you're done rolling out your dough, you can spread 3/4 of a cup of softened butter. Your butter should be easy to spread. Make sure to evenly spread it across your dough. Then grab the cinnamon sugar that we made earlier and sprinkle it evenly over your butter. With a rolling pin, pat down your cinnamon sugar so that when you roll it, it doesn't fall out. From the longer side, start rolling your dough and make sure to tightly pack it in. If it looks uneven, pat down on the sides. To cut your rolls, you can either use a knife or a string, but we definitely highly recommend using a string. All you have to do is go under your roll and bring those 2 strings all the way to the top and pull them across. Grease your pan with butter and lay out your cinnamon rolls. Cover it with a damp cloth and let it proof for 45 minutes. When it's done proofing, brush the top with some melted unsalted butter. This is going to give your cinnamon rolls a nice golden brown color, and it's going to enhance your flavor even more. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and let your cinnamon rolls bake for about 30 minutes. In the meanwhile, we're gonna make our cream cheese glaze. Combine 100 grams of cream cheese, 3 tablespoons of milk, 1.5 tablespoons of melted unsalted butter, 3/4 of a teaspoon of vanilla, and mix that all together. Now after everything is well combined, add in 3/4 of a cup of powdered sugar. We added it in all at once, but to make it easier, you can add it in part by part. Using a whisk, make sure to stir it well with no lumps at all. Our cinnamon rolls have just finished baking. They smell beautiful. Our house smells heavenly. These are just so perfect. Don't forget to let it cool for around 5 to 10 minutes before putting on your glaze. Pour the glaze directly from the bowl onto your cinnamon rolls. Use the back of your spoon to evenly spread your glaze over all the rolls. These cinnamon rolls are absolutely yum. They have the right amount of sweetness and they smell heavenly. They're also easy to make. What more could you ask for? If you're like me, I love the glaze. So grab your cinnamon roll and just spread some more glaze on it. It wouldn't hurt anyone. It's so good. And if you haven't already, make sure to click that subscribe button and like this video. It would mean so much to us. Also, a huge shout out to Uzma for trying out our last recipe, which was the spicy tuna cutlets. She did it so well. Let us know in the comments below or on our Instagram at Sparkle in the Kitchen if you've tried out our recipe, because we'd love to give you a shout out as well. Don't forget to spread your sparkle in the kitchen.